That one question just shattered the entire fairy tale. And if you thought Bridgerton Season 4 Part 1 was emotional, Part 2 is about to absolutely ruin you in the best and worst ways possible. Because let's be honest for a second, the moment that trailer dropped, everything changed. Suddenly, we're not just watching a love story anymore, we're watching a ticking emotional time bomb. Bridgerton Season 4. Part 2 isn't here to gently continue the romance, it's here to test it, break it, and then ask if it was ever strong enough to survive the rules of society in the first place. And it all starts right where that devastating question was asked. The words Benedict never should have said, the words that made Sophie walk away without looking back. And now the biggest question is hanging in the air like a storm cloud. Can love survive after trust is cracked? What makes this even more painful is that Part 1 made us believe. The masquerade ball felt like something out of a dream. Sophie stepping into a world she was never meant to touch. Benedict, surrounded by luxury, suddenly noticing someone who doesn't belong to it at all. Their connection wasn't loud, it wasn't rushed, it was soft, curious, and dangerously real. And that's exactly why Part 2 hurts more, because this isn't a fling falling apart, this is a love story being forced to collide with reality. Now, Part 2 opens with distance. Emotional, painful distance. Sophie isn't running after Benedict, she isn't begging for explanations, she is doing the one thing that hurts him the most, choosing herself. And honestly, can you blame her? After everything she's endured, after finally feeling seen, being asked to live in the shadows again, feels like betrayal dressed up as affection. The trailer makes it clear that Sophie is done being someone's secret. But Benedict? He's spiraling because, for the first time, his privilege doesn't protect him from loss. And here's where things get complicated because Part 2 doesn't paint Benedict as a villain. It shows us a man trapped by the very system that has always worked in his favor. He believes marriage between them is impossible, not because he doesn't love her, but because society has convinced him that love has rules. And that realization alone sets the stage for everything that's about to explode. This season isn't asking if they love each other anymore, it's asking whether love is enough when the world is determined to tear it apart. But the trailer doesn't stop there. It hints that Benedict starts noticing things he ignored before. Sophie's grace, her education, the way she carries herself, little details that don't belong to the life she's been forced into. And once that seed of doubt is planted, there's no turning back. Because if Sophie isn't who everyone thinks she is, then everything changes. Her past, her future, and the danger surrounding her. And that's when the tone shifts. Because this isn't just about romance anymore. This is about secrets, about power, about people who will do anything to stop Sophie from rising above the place they assigned her. And if you think society is cruel when you stay quiet, just wait until you threaten to change the rules. So here's the real question as Part 2 begins. Is Benedict about to uncover the truth that saves their love, or is that truth going to put Sophie directly in harm's way? Because once a secret starts cracking, it doesn't politely stop, it spreads. And Bridgerton Season 4 Part 2 makes it very clear that Sophie's truth is not something that can quietly come to light without consequences. The trailer practically screams it. The moment Benedict starts asking questions, the moment he truly looks at Sophie instead of the role she's been forced to play, everything shifts. And suddenly, the story stops being just romantic and starts becoming dangerous. What makes this part so unsettling is how subtle it all is at first. Benedict doesn't wake up one morning with answers. It's the little things. The way Sophie paints, the way she speaks, the way she carries herself with a kind of dignity that doesn't match the life she's been trapped in. There's a moment hinted at in the trailer by the lake, quiet and almost peaceful, where Sophie is lost in her art. And it's there, in that stillness, that Benedict realizes something is very, very wrong with the story he's been told about her. Because maids aren't supposed to move like that. They're not supposed to think like that, and they're definitely not supposed to make him feel like his entire world is out of alignment. And once that realization hits, Benedict cannot unsee it. The necklace Sophie wears suddenly matters, her memories suddenly matter, her mother suddenly matters, and the idea that Sophie might be of noble birth starts to form. Not as a hope, but as a terrifying possibility. Because if it's true, then someone lied. Someone stole her future, and someone benefited from keeping her exactly where she was. This is where the tone of Part 2 turns cold. Because the trailer doesn't shy away from the fact that Sophie's stepmother has been watching this unfold the entire time, Lady Araminta doesn't panic loudly. She calculates. She sees Sophie growing closer to Benedict. She sees control slipping through her fingers, and she knows one thing for certain. If Sophie marries Benedict, everything she's built on cruelty and manipulation collapses. And that is something she will never allow. So what does she do? She reminds us that power doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers accusations, theft, lies, criminality, and just like that, Sophie is no longer a romantic heroine in society's eyes. She's a problem that needs to be erased. The trailer hints at it in fragments, but the message is clear. Sophie is accused, arrested, locked away, and the girl who once danced in silver is suddenly treated like she never deserved to exist at all. And honestly, this might be the most heartbreaking turn of the entire season, because Sophie doesn't just lose her freedom, she loses her voice. Again. After finally daring to believe that she could be more than her circumstances, she's dragged back into them by force. And the cruelest part, society believes it because it always believes the people with titles. But here's where everything changes, because this is the moment Benedict stops hesitating. The trailer makes it clear. Guilt turns into fury, love turns into action, and for the first time, he doesn't care about rules or reputations or whispers. He cares about her. Violet steps into, and this is important, because Violet Bridgerton does not fight battles she doesn't believe in. If she's standing beside Sophie, it means the truth is bigger than anyone expected. Slowly, the lies start unraveling. The inheritance, the hidden lineage, the documents that prove Sophie was never meant to live the life she was forced into. And when the truth finally comes out, it doesn't just free Sophie, it destroys the woman who tried to erase her. Lady Araminta is exposed not as a strict guardian, but as a thief of futures, and that exposure sends shockwaves through everyone watching. But here's the thing the trailer is very careful about. Even when Sophie is proven innocent, even when her noble birth is revealed, even when Benedict finally has what society calls permission to love her, the damage has already been done. Because trauma doesn't disappear with a title, and trust doesn't magically repair itself just because the truth came out. So the question going into the next part isn't whether Sophie and Benedict can be together anymore, it's whether Sophie can ever truly feel safe in a world that broke her so easily. And whether love can survive after it's been tested in the darkest way possible. Here's where things get really tangled, and the Bridgerton Season 4 Part 2 trailer doesn't hold back on showing us the aftermath of all that drama. Sophie's world has just been flipped upside down, not only by the revelation of her noble birth, but by the brutal way her past was weaponized against her. And Benedict, he's caught somewhere between relief and regret, trying to piece together the woman he loves from the shattered fragments left behind. But this isn't some simple, happily ever after moment that fans of fairy tales might expect. No, it's far messier, more complicated, and honestly far more real. Because trauma, especially one so public and humiliating, doesn't simply vanish with a wedding announcement or a title change. Sophie's strength in Part 2 is as much about survival as it is about love. She's forced to reckon with what she's been through, the betrayals, the accusations, the public shame, and wonder if she can ever trust again. And trust is a fragile thing. Benedict's question from Part 1, asking Sophie to be his mistress, hangs over them like a dark cloud. That moment broke Sophie's heart, but it also shattered the foundation of their relationship. And it's one thing to prove your love in the face of external threats, it's another to rebuild it when your own words have cut so deep. The trailer teases the slow, often painful process of healing between them. No rushed declarations, no easy fixes. Instead, there are small moments, glances charged with unspoken apologies, tentative touches that ask for forgiveness without demanding it. We see them at Benedict's cottage again, that safe haven from the world, but even there, the weight of what happened lingers. Because even in love, silence can be deafening. It's a reminder that the perfect romance we crave isn't just about grand gestures or stolen kisses, it's about weathering the storms together, even when the skies are darkest. And just when you think the focus will stay solely on Sophie and Benedict, the trailer shifts its gaze to the rest of the Bridgerton family, because their stories aren't any less gripping. Francesca, for example, is on a quietly intense journey of self-discovery. We've seen her struggling all season to understand her feelings, her desires, and her place in a world that isn't always kind to those who don't fit the mold. Meeting Michaela, John's sibling, adds a layer of complexity to her story that promises to ripple through future seasons. The loss of John, which fans of the books know is coming, will leave Francesca grappling with grief, guilt, and ultimately a search for authentic love and identity. It's a storyline that's as tender as it is heartbreaking, promising to challenge the family's dynamics in ways we haven't seen before. Meanwhile, Eloise's arc takes an unexpected yet beautifully fitting turn. The fiercely independent, marriage-averse Eloise falling for someone through letters. It's the kind of slow-burn romance that feels like a perfect match for her. The trailer hints at the arrival of her first letter, and honestly, it's one of those moments fans will want to pause and savor. Because for someone who's always resisted tradition, this pen pal love affair represents a different kind of connection. One built on intellect, shared ideas, and emotional honesty rather than societal expectations. It's a love story that promises to unfold with charm and a touch of delightful surprise. And then there's Violet. Watching her finally allow herself happiness again is one of the most satisfying emotional payoffs of the season. After all she's endured, losing her husband, raising her children, and standing strong through every storm, Violet embracing her love with Lord Anderson feels like a victory for resilience itself. The trailer suggests that Violet might even announce a new marriage, and honestly, the idea of two weddings in the same season finale is the kind of grand, heartfelt moment Bridgerton fans live for. It's not just about love, it's about second chances, about reclaiming joy after pain, and about the unbreakable bonds of family. But the family drama doesn't stop with weddings and love stories. The trailer also drops hints about shifting alliances and new tensions that will shake the Bridgerton household. Secrets aren't just confined to Sophie's past, there are whispers of power struggles, old grudges, and unexpected betrayals lurking beneath the surface. And as the family navigates these treacherous waters, viewers will be on the edge of their seats, wondering who will hold firm and who will fall apart. So, after all the heartbreak, revelations, and promises of new beginnings, the burning question remains: can Sophie and Benedict find their way back to each other fully healed? Can Francesca embrace her truth without losing herself? Will Eloise's unexpected romance redefine what love means for her? And will Violet's second chance at happiness inspire or complicate the family dynamics further? As part 2 unfolds, it's clear that Bridgerton isn't just telling stories about love and marriage. It's peeling back the layers of pain, identity, and family loyalty that make those romances feel real. And it's asking us, the audience, to lean in and ask ourselves, what does it really mean to love someone when the world keeps trying to tear you apart? Because the answers, I promise, are far from simple. And just when you think you figured it out, the next twist will hit you like a thunderbolt. Are you ready for the emotional roller coaster that's coming next? Bridgerton, Season 4. Part 2 isn't just about tying up loose ends. It's about setting the stage for something much bigger, darker, and more emotional than we've ever seen before. The trailer drops hints that the fallout from Sophie and Benedict's stormy journey will ripple far beyond their love story, shaking the very foundation of the Bridgerton family and the world they inhabit. Because here's the brutal truth: when a secret this explosive is revealed, it doesn't stay buried quietly. It tears through lives, exposes vulnerabilities, and forces everyone involved to make impossible choices. The question now is not just what will happen next, but how far are these characters willing to go to protect what they love? Take Sophie's stepmother, Lady Araminta, for example. She's not some one-dimensional villain waiting to be unmasked. She's a calculating force with everything to lose. Her hatred for Sophie isn't just personal, it's rooted in preserving control and maintaining the status quo that benefits her. The trailer suggests that she won't back down quietly, even when the truth is on Sophie's side. If anything, she's gearing up for a final battle that could destroy Sophie's newfound freedom and happiness. And if you think society was harsh before, wait until you see the lengths Lady Araminta will go to make sure Sophie never rises above her place. It's the kind of high-stakes conflict that will keep viewers glued to the screen, biting their nails and shouting at the characters like they're real. Meanwhile, Benedict isn't just dealing with the fallout from his own mistakes, he's facing external pressures that threaten to unravel everything he's fought for. The trailer teases moments where he's caught between his duty as a Bridgerton and his desire to protect Sophie. This tension is the beating heart of Part 2. How do you balance love and responsibility when the two seem to pull you in opposite directions? Benedict's character arc this season is a masterclass in complexity, showing us a man who's vulnerable, stubborn, and fiercely loyal all at once. And while his mistakes haunt him, his determination to fight for Sophie and their future adds a layer of hope that's desperately needed. The family dynamics also take a sharp turn. The Bridgertons are no strangers to drama, but this season raises the stakes. From Francesca's evolving identity and grief to Eloise's blossoming romance, each sibling is on a path that will challenge what it means to belong and to love. The trailer hints at tensions bubbling under the surface, old wounds reopening, unexpected alliances forming, and loyalties being tested. And Violet, as the matriarch, is caught in the middle of it all, trying to hold the family together while navigating her own heart's desires. Her decision to marry Lord Anderson isn't just a romantic subplot, it symbolizes renewal and resilience that resonates throughout the entire family story. But beyond the personal, there is a growing sense that the Bridgerton universe itself is expanding. The trailer teases elements that hint at new players, shifting power dynamics, and storylines that will carry us well beyond Season 4. This expansion isn't just about adding characters, it's about deepening the emotional and social complexity of the world we thought we knew. Themes of identity, belonging, and breaking free from societal chains are threaded through every storyline, making the show feel more relevant and impactful than ever. And fans who've been waiting for more diverse, layered stories will find plenty to dig into as the series pushes boundaries in unexpected ways. One of the most intriguing setups in Part 2 is how it plants seeds for future seasons without feeling like filler. Francesca's journey, especially, is given room to breathe and grow. The trailer's subtle nods to her connection with Michaela and the coming loss of John promise a storyline filled with heartbreak, discovery, and courage. It's a storyline that feels both personal and universal, a reminder that love isn't always straightforward, and sometimes the greatest strength comes from embracing your true self even when the world doesn't understand. And Eloise's pen pal romance, it's more than just a sweet subplot, it challenges the very conventions Eloise has fought against her entire life, showing us that love can come in forms we don't expect and on terms we choose ourselves. That moment when her first letter arrives will likely be a defining scene, full of hope, possibility, and a gentle rebellion against tradition. As for the weddings, the trailer practically promises a double celebration that will bring joy and catharsis. Sophie and Benedict's wedding isn't just a culmination of their turbulent journey. It's a declaration that love can overcome even the most brutal obstacles. Violet's wedding to Lord Anderson serves as a powerful counterpoint, highlighting themes of second chances and the enduring nature of love at any age. Together, these weddings symbolize hope and renewal for the Bridgertons as a family, even as the world around them continues to shift and challenge them. So, what's the ultimate takeaway from all this? Bridgerton Season 4 Part 2 is shaping up to be the most emotionally charged, suspenseful, and transformative chapter yet. It's a story about fighting for love in a world determined to keep you down, about discovering who you really are when everything else is stripped away, and about the power of family to both hurt and heal. The trailer leaves us with a cliffhanger that's impossible to ignore. As the Bridgertons prepare to face their biggest challenges yet, will their bonds hold strong, or will the pressures of the past and the uncertainties of the future tear them apart? One thing's for sure, whatever happens next, it's going to be unforgettable. So, are you ready to dive headfirst into the drama, the heartbreak, and the hope? Because Bridgerton Season 4 Part 2 is coming, and it promises to change everything you thought you knew about this enchanting world.